Hey, welcome World Entertainment. And is Disney Plus actually failing? And is it pretty much finished? Well, according to Tony Gilroy, the showrunner behind Andor Season 1 and 2, is confirming that. And then we get an update about massive layoffs within Disney on the television, film, and entertainment end of things. So we'll have a look at this because this is basically the death of streaming. Mainly though, Disney's streaming. So keep that in mind. It's not like Netflix and everything's going under. This is directed purely and solely at Disney Plus because of the overspending that they've been doing. But then this new update regarding layoffs just puts more light on the whole situation there. So let's have a look. So it's saying Tony Gilroy drops a bomb while reflecting on his time working with Disney on Andor. The creator reveals the Star Wars series cost a whopping $650 million for 2 seasons. Yet by season 2, Disney told him streaming is dead and there is no money. Despite the massive budget, Gilroy says the shows were made without interference, but the reality behind the scenes shows just how broke Disney Plus really is, which we know also includes Marvel. Now, the first thing before we dive into this update regarding the layoffs and stuff, you hear him there, Tony Gilroy said himself, it was Disney who said flat out to him, yes, streaming is dead, Disney Plus is dead, we've just put too much money into it and there's no return, it's done, it's cooked. So it's not like this is an insider hearing these rumblings from someone within. No, this was Disney telling Tony Gilroy this is the case. And Tony Gilroy let this out in an interview. So then it says this, here's this update. Less than 24 hours after it was pointed out how Andor creator Tony Gilroy revealed Disney told him streaming is dead and budgets were gone, it's come out and been reported that the company has now laid off hundreds across its TV and film divisions. According to Deadline, the sweeping cuts hit Disney Entertainment's television and film marketing teams, television publicity, casting, and development. Several hundred employees are impacted globally. Disney's television development and casting ranks were gutted. Among the names out, Eric Sawyer, I think is how you pronounce it. I probably butchered that. VP of casting for 20th Century Television, the likes of behind 911 and AHS, whatever the hell that is. Tony Thompson, VP of Content Development at Hulu Originals, and additional exits including executives from ABC and Hulu's drama teams. While some had contracts expire or left for new jobs, the timing and scale are clear. Disney is downsizing everything not tied to the theme parks or sports. At Disney's annual shareholder meeting this spring, Bob Iger said the company would focus on adding new jobs mostly tied to Disney experiences like theme parks. This marks the 4th major rounds of layoffs in just 10 months, following the shutdown of ABC's Signature, the merger of scripted teams, and deep cuts at Nat Geo and FX. CEO Bob Iger originally promised a $7.5 billion in cost reductions last year, and he's still slashing. Streaming, once positioned as Disney's future, is now a liability. Even after a rare profit last quarter, the company is still cutting staff tied to Disney Plus, Hulu, and linear TV. Just before we go on with this, that bump, it says there, this profit that they were surprised by, was actually because they merged with Hulu and ESPN. That's why they got that bump. It's not because all of a sudden people went, oh, I need Disney Plus. It's because you had to buy Disney Plus basically and their packages to get Hulu and ESPN. That is why they got this slight bump in profit regarding that. However, The profit means nothing when you hear this next part saying, last year, Iger confirmed that streaming lost $4 billion for the company. So Disney Plus broke them. It lost them $4 billion. And Iger said this: as we got into the streaming business in a very, very aggressive way, we tried to tell too many stories. Basically, we invested too much, way ahead of possible returns. It's what led to streaming ending up as a $4 billion loss, Iger said at the conference. All of that is horse crap, by the way. Every last bit of it, because no, you didn't try and put out too many stories all at once. And it cost you $4 billion, especially when you bought the likes of Fox and stuff to fill out Disney Plus, because they didn't have their own stories. And then we see the way they've done the stories. It was just, no, you didn't put out too much for people to kind of like, oh my god, there's just too much, how do we watch all this? No, it was a case of what you were putting out sucked and wasn't worth watching. But it's saying here anyway, the timing of the layoffs, days after Gilroy said there's no money for shows, raises questions about what's next. Ahsoka Season 2 is still moving forward, but the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew have both flopped. On the Marvel side, shows like Ironheart and Wonder Man are also looking like major busts, which follows the big flop of Daredevil Born Again, which it was. People say, no, it absolutely was. It never charted, ever. And yeah, just the reaction to it was not good. So the fact that we're sitting here now, Tony Gilroy coming out, giving an interview and saying Disney flat out told him, yeah, look, Disney Plus, it's dead. There's no money in it. There's nothing. We can't do anything with it. It's dead. Follow that up a day later by Disney actually doing this mass layoff again to the studio, specifically in its TV and film departments. That is interesting. It's also very interesting that they went directly for some of the main people at Hulu, because Hulu is the only thing that really brought a few new people in to Disney Plus. The only reason they invested was Hulu. If you start rocking the boat with Hulu and the products coming onto that start waning, yeah, you're going to lose a lot more people again. And again, they're trying to say, oh, we got a bit of a profit last year. That was because of Hulu and ESPN. But then how do you say we got a profit while at the same time saying we lost $4 billion because of Disney Plus? And when they're spending so much money on so much garbage, like, we can't overlook the Acolyte. That thing cost $230 million for that absolute trash fire of a TV series. We know other series were costing so much ridiculous money that it was just mind-blowing to say, like, how and why would you spend that much for something you were never going to get a return on? Makes no sense. And then to hear Andor, 2 seasons, cost $650 million. That's over $500 million for 2 seasons of a show that realistically, as much as people liked it, not enough people watched it, because basically no one watched it. You just kind of have to go, yeah, it's no surprise that Disney Plus is dead, that it's done, because all Iger has ever been able to do is acquire things. That's all he's done. And the fact that Disney Plus was his baby, that was all him. He was the one, oh, I'm going to be the future of Disney with Disney Plus and stuff. And now we see what it's doing to the company, that it's actually losing the company billions each year, that there's now no money really going into it, that they're flat out now officially saying, yeah, it's dead. Good luck, Disney. Good luck. And other times when they announce profits, oh, we got a bit of a boost. Yeah, it's usually because you took money from the parks and dumped it in to your TV end of things to kind of go, look what we did. That's not the case. We know the parks is where you're getting the money from. Either way, Disney Plus, yeah, put a fork in it. It sounds like it's done. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.